Maybe I do just go back to Oni. You know what? Let's give it one more try for old time's sake. Already reminiscent of the start of the stream here. Let's go one more Oni shapeshifter. I'm gonna be Oni soprano. And we're gonna see how that goes. Yeah, I like that. I should have, before jumping in here, taken a break to refill my drink, but maybe we'll just jump into it. Let's not worry about the drink for now, and just get right back into the swing of things. Shapeshifting will only go to 7 unless we get a little further along. Or that's not even what I was trying to say. Unless we find a better talisman nice and early that kind of gives us some reason to go beyond that. Let's not worry too much about it. And that is beautiful. Grab the seed, of course, for you lovely folks at home. And throw that bad boy in. Beautiful. Squishy spellcasters without statue form is going to be rough. I can't imagine what spellcasters feel like now. Because I think pretty much every spellcaster I ever played used transmutations to some degree. You know, different variants for sure. And at the end of the day, like late game, you're still fine because you can get to the point where you have like orange crystal plate and you have 50 AC without statue form. No problem in the world, but it's definitely rough. As soon as you see anything remotely dangerous, pause for that drink. That could definitely work out. And you know, I do still have a little bit here, so it's not really necessary at this point. And hey, I don't think, or actually rather having a little bit of drink might work out in that regard, because generally the first few floors of the dungeon didn't give us too much trouble as Oni. This is a little bit more of an extended fight than normal for floor 1, but still no real issues, so that's fantastic. And we can hopefully just steamroll our way through the rest of these Kitlewinks in the short term. That is fantastic. Ooh, Scarf of Resistance that we currently can't really show off, but nice for the future. Do love to see it. In fact, I think this is where we could do. Oni can be different colors? That's cool. I like that a lot. Now I'm excited to see what else, because I feel like every Oni we played at the start was all coming out as the same kind of tiefling red. But I like the mix. Definitely adds some personalization to the entire thing. Love to see it. And not too bad. Kind of to be expected from the first floor, but that's exactly what we're kind of hoping for here. A bit of a guarantee that we make it at least to a certain stage of the run here. Long enough to have some potential hope that we come across, like, I don't know, a blade talisman, mayhaps? Perchance to come across a blade talisman DCSS? I don't know, I'm working at that adaptive AI that I was talking about last stream. Maybe they've changed it in this update where it's benevolent now, and it will be nice to us because we are struggling so much with our runs today, and we need it, game, please. RNG God, do you hear me? Are you there, RNG God? It's me, Torinski. Okay. Gnolls on their own, not too bad. I don't like the one with a freaking halberd that we left behind, though. That does not seem ideal. You, sir. You with the carapace. What's your range? 5 is your range on your fancy moves, hey? You have a lot of health, so this is still fine. I think we still kill you here. Beautiful. Little bit of an early poison damage. Definitely helps out in just smoothing along our ability to get through early encounters against our poison vulnerable friends. You do, in fact, love to see it. Fantastic. Yikes. And we're back to nastiness. Oh, but that's Rue. Rue, I'm coming for you, baby. Please, wait for me. I should not fight a bunch of gnolls. So, let's take a bit of a middle stance here. I want 2 of you. Okay, 2 of you was also too much. I was wrong. I apologize. I'm going to turn into a tree for the additional armor class. Maybe a little overkill there, but better safe than sorry. And then we can be a little more cautious coming across those Kiddlywinks in the future here. Ooh, in fact, if this ring is protection, maybe? Protection of sorts, fair enough. Should have been more specific, that's on me. Way too easy to monkey paw somebody when they're being vague in their wishes, so I'll take that one for sure. My bad, my bad. But okay, I do really want to get that Rue altar sooner rather than later would be nice. I can at least check out this though. Bid altar for Zom, Gozag, or Zen. Unfortunately not for me here today. Again, love you, Gozag. Greed is good, baby, but unfortunately, not on the list. And we're only admitting folks on the list here tonight. It's a popular night here in the dungeon. Heavy halberd, eh? I think I just closed the gap and try to make it happen. 30 max damage with the heavy halberd is absurd though. Holy crap, 3 AC, 53 health, so potentially we only have 2 hits in this, which is like probably 4 of our attacks, 4 of our turns. Generally, we kill these buddies in 2-3 hits. I think we just try again, right? Yeah, that can swing really close, true. So we had to take away one of our turns there. Let's just hope that this... Okay, might. That does the trick. Just have to get lucky. Perfect. Never a doubt in my mind. Fantastic. I was hoping that it would be a heal and that we'd swing enough to kill them on the chug as well. Would have been nice, but better to be lucky than good. So let us head up and meet our maker, shall we? Sup, Rue? Who dis? There we go. Beautiful. Back on the Rue train, and things are looking good. Maybe. Let's couch that a little bit. Sorry, DCSS. I'm not confident. I was merely pretending to act cool in front of my friends. I respect you and the power you hold over me and my entire existence here. Please, sir. Jesus Christ. Okay, Potion of Curing gets rid of some of our cognitive load there by murdering some orc friends. Love to see it. And holy crap. Never a dull moment for sure. Oh, hey, Pargy. Normally I don't see you north side of the sewers. Hey, friend? What changed? I thought we had a thing going where we only saw each other in the depths of the sewers, and we were both cool with it. That's where we appreciate each other most, really, I think, is the crux of it, what it boils down to. Oh, me oh my. Okay, so, making some friends, having a good time, murdering orcs, all the best things in life. Fantastic. Let us maybe check in real quick here. Unarmed combat coming up nicely, shapeshifting as well. Nothing really impressive to look at there. I was hoping we'd have more to work with in terms of being able to shift around some of our focus, but it's looking like, for the time being, just nut up or shut up and keep nose to the grindstone, shall we? Sir, please stop with this fiery baloney. Thank you. Again, this is... Oh, shoot. Oh, crap. Pargy... No. Bad Pargy. Get back. What sucks is that Pargy is actually someone that could benefit. In fact, Uniques in general, I feel like, is someone we could benefit from switching over to Flux. Because you know, the fight is going to be extended anyway. We kind of want this heavy hit in order to make it through in one piece. And in fact, 70% HP and +4 evasion. I would have been tempted to use that against Pargy. Alright, might up and murder. Fantastic. So it ended up looking like a nothing burger, but I do believe that was a fairly dangerous encounter, all things considered, so glad to take a little bit of consideration into effect to make sure we're not doing anything too stupid. So we dive headfirst into the breach. Holy moly. Okay, I feel like every time I see these new worms, I think for a moment that it's Natasha. I think Natasha has some purple in their sprite, right? Or am I losing my mind? Does none of this make sense in the first place? I guess what it boils down to is that regardless of whether there's any sensible logic or reasoning behind it, I do for some reason think it's a kitty cat every time. But okay, sacrifice skill. I don't love. We don't have great aptitudes in the first place. So yeah, our main 2 would go down to -2, and those are the aptitudes that we're supposed to be good at in this life. So otherwise, I guess courage isn't the end of the world. It's medium sacrifice, meh. Could just take the modest sacrifice, and I don't care about losing any intelligence, and just hope for something slightly better next time. It's not ideal, because generally we want to make a big boy sacrifice here. You'd probably take skill here. So, yeah, I guess that puts it into context. Because, you know, it's one thing to hear about, like, oh, take the big sacrifices. It's essentially necessary to make it through early game, or at least, you know, part of why Rue is so solid. But it's another thing when it's in front of me, and I'm looking at my aptitudes, and they look like garbage, and they look bad, but long term, that doesn't matter. -2 aptitude means basically nothing long term. So if this helps me enough to make up for the lack of early game skills, then you're saying there's a chance. I mean, courage isn't bad either. It's just slaying is like kind of our big thing here. Sure, let's try it out. Let's try to go against our initial assumptions, get a little bit wacky wild with it, and see how that goes, shall we? It's about a 16% EXP per level or so. You know, I don't actually know the numbers, I just know the sound that skills make when they take a man's life. Mine, most prevalently. So I'll take your word for it, number-wise. And definitely can pop up for just a quick little heal here. That was a dumb step. Hold up. Reset. There we go. Wanted it so we could just fight you kiddos one at a time. Did not expect it to work out that way, but glad it did. Definitely not complaining on my part. And that's beautiful. Under level 13, you're about 1 skill level behind. Over 13, this is probably less than 1 level. Yeah, right, late game, it matters not in the slightest. And I guess it matters a little less on this character. If we were... I mean, sure, we have bad aptitudes in general, so that is rough for us. But the nice thing is that we're not working against min delay on our main source of combat, right? So I could see that being a fairly huge advantage that offsets potentially a lot of the negative potential side effects. But okay, down in Dervessa. Am I suited to fight you kiddos? You just have a wand of flame, do you? That's why you're specially labeled? That's not too bad. I guess I can always retreat because you won't follow me at least. So that leaves us in a nice little spot to just do that. Get rid of the adder, because let's not compound our issues by throwing some fun little poison into the mix. And then you kiddos won't join me if I head upstairs. Unless you're both next to each other, then I'm not so sure. Nearest corridor is way the heck up here, which is not grand. What I might do is actually just leave leave you by the wayside temporarily here. Let's head to a different stairwell, and let's start... Oh. Scroll of Summoning was our main stack of scrolls. Interesting. Believe they can't follow his prayer given the chance? Yeah, I was unfortunately under the same assumption there. Or I guess not unfortunate that I was under the same assumption, more unfortunate that that is the case in general. Would be nice if you could separate them, but I understand that would be a bit of a rough go at things, seeing as how they're twins, maybe? Couldn't tell you. Okay, Dallin, you absolute moron. Thank you for coming to hang out. Devessa. Oh, this is awkward. I didn't expect to see you here. Oh, I am embarrassed. All right. Let's might up. Nope. Let's summon. And how you deal with them apples, Devessa? Fantastic. Again, I'd like to save that summon scroll for later when we can bring out some really big guns, especially, you know how I love my Zot Civil Wars, where you just enter the lungs and start summoning up a veritable army to work at your disposal, but it's not always an option, or so it seems. You know what, let's buy some stuff here. In fact, this doesn't take any time, so we can kind of freely just go about our day. I could just berserk against you and see what happens. I'm gonna buy it to even just ID it. It's relatively cheap. I'm probably not gonna just face tank you, even though I want to. You will know how much I want to do the stupid thing here just to see if it works. It'd be such a flavor win if Felid could sacrifice their life for Rue, only to res for full piety. I do like that. But okie dokie. 100% right to use the summon there. Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence. Definitely was happy with how it all worked out there, but not ideal regardless. Oh, am I shouting stuff? Whoopsie daisies. Trying to read my IDs here. Oh, Sigmund. What's up, buddy, old pal, friend of mine? Let me get a little creative here. I want a poison scroll. I want potion of attraction. No, I don't want to walk into the gas. I just want to swing against Sigmund here. Beautiful. Again, a little overkill with our application of tools, but that's why they're there. They're at our disposal to hopefully get through some of these early encounters, and very happy to do so. Trying to get at least a semi-decent run going before the end of things, just for the evening here, of course. And so with that in mind, I'm trying to play like a normal DCSS player instead of myself. Use tools at your disposal in order to survive instead of just rolling dice because we never don't have it, which is true. Don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. We never don't have it. This has nothing to do with that, of course. Very different on so many levels. Don't know where I was going with that. Let's take you upstairs so I'm not getting smote from beyond. Beautiful. Poison is tricky to get good uses out of. Give them a chance, why not? Exactly, and I feel actually the same way about the attraction. Because historically, attraction potions, I think, have a better track record with getting me murdered than they do at saving my life. So I definitely have no real issues getting a little bit of an early trial run in there to actually use it to gain some kind of advantage instead of my usual routine, which is just panic at the last second, realize I have an inventory with like 17 of those bad boys lying around and just never touch them. Beautiful. Okey-dokey. Well, definitely a nice little start here. Sorry, I had to check my phone for the moment there. I do believe we'll be signing off right away here. Just because going on... Oh, what am I doing? Pick up the maw for sure. Don't mind if I do. Thank you. Definitely a nice bit of a solid start here so far. I'd almost like to ensure that we leave this alive so that we can have something to jump back into next week. Let's take you kiddos upstairs. Let's not deal with Curari Buddy and all their friends at the same time. Fantastic. Let's do 1 or 2 more floors. And then we'll sign off for the evening. You know, get out while we're ahead. We did finally have a run where we also got Rue nice and early on, so I have high hopes for the future here. Perfect. Sacrifice Love, I think, might just be the play again. Who needs it, really? So we're in Describe mode. That brings us up to 3 pips of piety. Yeah, I think I just might. Doesn't seem too bad. Sacrifice Skill, Sacrifice Love. It's nice because they don't compound too much off of each other, and that's always a lovely thing to see. Let's not think about this too much. I think that one is a bit more straightforward because now we have Draw Out Power as well, so that's fantastic. And oh my gosh, we're actually going somewhere. Health isn't giving as much as love. It might actually be worse. It's funny how that works, right? Just situationally, sometimes the modest sacrifice are more than you can take. We even found that with our first like solid attempt at a Rue run. I found that there were some modest ones that compounded rather really poorly with the existing sacrifices that I'd already taken. And so we're by and far just the worst possible option to take. But yeah, I think leaving ourselves in a half-decent spot. I almost regretted everything going up against that sergeant, but no real issues whatsoever. And can just keep on keeping on here, and we're just about done the floor. D7, no real issues. I should be poisoning you from afar, but again, on a high HP character, I don't think I'm going to call them Bombadil beetles. I don't think they're too much of a problem when you have this much HP to work with. Just let the fire roll off of you. Okay, now bees, on the other hand, could be a huge problem for us. I guess we have lots of curing, so never mind. Slightly more comfortable than I originally was expecting there, which is great. Heads up about Draw Out Power, not just heal. Removes nets, webs. Yeah, any kind of movement and pairing effect, right? So, no, definitely very cool, especially we got those new wormy boys hanging about, causing trouble in the neighborhood. So definitely nice to have a few more tools, though I'm guessing we'll probably be saving those bad boys for like late game nets and whatnot. See how she goes. There we go. We got Heal Wounds ID'd. Oh man, we're finally in a bit of a comfortable spot. Also remember that its only cost is drain and cooldown. So like in that B fight, no reason not to burn it partway. Oh, very true. Well, it's the only exhaustion thing we have, right? Why the heck not? Bit of drain action. Not ideal, but not the end of the world either. And shoot. Oopsie daisies. Made a mistake there. Okay, yeah, Orc Warrior definitely getting a lot of opportunity attacks. So I do think the change made it a bit more feasible for polearm users to cause some damage. That's rough. Later, you'll have to consider if you need to power leap out. That was a mistake I feel like I was constantly making in my first run, where I wasn't realizing the shared cooldown and constantly kind of trying to do fun little combos of all the abilities, which is just not a thing. Should just not happen. But definitely, thank you for the heads up. I do appreciate it. It's nice that one of us is trying to keep the run alive, you know what I mean? Draw Out Power again here, because otherwise I think I can chomp through the rest of these bad boys without too much care in the world. Up to 6.2 shapeshifting. Again, it is going to be slow, but we are gradually climbing our way through the ranks here. Orc Bow freezing, no thank you. And we'll just finish off this floor here. Yikes. Dire Flail of Distortion? Jesus. No thank you. Please do not random energy towards me, or we will have words, my friend. Let's just double check. Yeah, we're going up there. I can't make a single mistake. Okay, now I can potentially make half a mistake. Depending on how the random energy all shuffles out, but okay. I'm out. Not that stairwell, this stairwell. I guess we should have made sure, confirmed that that is indeed the case, and it is. And then maybe, can I just squeeze on by here? Don't mind me. Oh shoot, no, can't go that way. Excuse me, pardon me, don't mind me. I guess, are all three of our upstairs this direction? 1, 2, no, one's a trapdoor. Yikes. Not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. If we could just find that final stairwell, that will... Oh, they are all up there. I was just unable to see things properly. Jeez Louise. Well, please don't stumble across me, my large friend. Again, some kind of distant cousin relationship between ogres and Oni or something, at least according to the logic of DCSS. But okay, I think I'll be tempted to continue to push it here, and I don't believe I really have the time to do so this evening, so I think that is where we're going to call it. Definitely having a lot of fun with the Shapeshifter. I like it a lot so far. Again, fairly preliminary opinion. We'll see how it bears out. I'm also excited to try out like a few more of these forms, like the Maw. See, you know, get a feel for how that runs in action. But overall, very much enjoying it. Oni seem fairly similar to Ogre, nothing too exciting in the short term here. Again, I'm hoping that that changes once we have a nice, you know, overabundance of potions, and then we could get a little funky with the drunken brawling effect and start chugging things mid-combat for cleave. Sounds like it could be pretty damn cool, but we shall see. It does kind of, interestingly enough, give a reason not to throw away any potions, even if you don't really plan on using them. So I do find that kind of an interesting change of pace as well. You'd expect a Shapeshifter could bear out pretty well. I like it, I like it. But yeah, I guess that's where we'll call it for the evening. Again, very much enjoying the changes here. Excited for what the future holds. A bit of a Rue run might be in store for us as well, so that's exciting too. Only time will tell what the fate of Oni Soprano shall be, so I guess we'll just have to come back next week and hopefully make it through in one piece. No promises though. At least get a little more time with the shapeshifting. I'd like to try out some of these mid to high tier forms and see how it goes, you know? But as always, huge amount of appreciation for all of you lovely folks for joining us on the journey. You know, if you're chatting alongside us, lurking in the background, or hey, if you're watching this down the road through the VODs or YouTube, then thank you to each and every one of you for joining us on the journey. I hope it's not too painful as we stumble our way through the new update and figuring out how things work, but I'm definitely enjoying it here, so I hope you are as well. Take care, I hope you have a good week. You as well, Thalfun, thank you so much. It's going to be an interesting week for sure. Professionally, I'm in a bit of an interesting spot to say the least, but exciting as well, so we'll see how it goes. Of course, we'll do a quick check to see who is live at the moment. We can send a raid off to here. My laptop is rough these days. Doesn't help that I have an absurd number of tabs open for DMing. Should probably just bookmark those and close them so they're not constantly causing issues with everything. Maybe, just maybe. That's looking like it's struggling. So let us instead do it on my main computer here. Take a bit of the complications out of the equation here. And does look like we have a couple of options. Let's head over to Brinth, shall we? It's been a while since we headed Brinth's way. Always a fantastic time. If you haven't checked them out before, if you haven't been here in one of the raids earlier, or you're not already a fan of theirs, then definitely stick around and say hello. Always a fantastic time, really fun individual. And yeah, we'll go and say hello over that way and see how it goes. Thank you again to everyone for coming on by. as we choke on my own saliva first and foremost. Yikes. Oh man. Oh, I'm struggling over here. But we'll start that raid. And yeah, definitely stick around and say hello. Excited to jump back in next week and see how things go. Until then, regardless of the new update, my inability to play it, and everything else involved in our productions here, I do hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you out there, and I definitely hope to see you again soon for next week when we jump back in and see if we can't get this run off the runway and flying high, shall we? I'll see you soon.